Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. Great to catch up today with Tim. We're just going to wait a little bit to let people jump on, and then we'll get stuck into the meat of it. How are things going, Tim?
Yeah, not too bad, Rob. All things considered, with the current climate, as it were. Yeah, steady away.
Good. All right, there we go. If you guys can hear us, give us a thumbs up. Let us know that sound and picture and all of that stuff is working. No, let me see. Okay, I think let's jump into it. Tim, okay, guys, it's Rob Emery here, Property Negotiator for Power Bespoke. Welcome to my Movers and Shakers series. Today we have, Tim Robbins. He's going to be discussing integration and smart home stuff, which is pretty cool. So Tim, over to you. A little introduction of yourself, and then we can take it from there.
Okay, yeah, I'm Tim Robbins. I'm the proprietor of KNX Integration. As Rob just said, we specialise in putting intelligence into buildings, not just homes. Just trying to make sure that properties are equipped to deal with our everyday needs now, with Internet of Things being what they are. Yeah, pretty much it at the moment.
Good. Okay, cool. All right, so I guess it's time to introduce KNX to everyone. Tell them a little bit about where you come from, what it is you do, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so I'm an electrical contractor, is my background. Used to have a reasonably large electrical contracting company based in the Bournemouth area, which disbanded for one reason or another back around 2009, which is when we made a sort of real push into the world of KNX. I think the best way I always describe this to people, because most people go, I don't really understand what this is that you do. Everyone's watched Grand Designs and programmer Sarah Beanie and such like, and you'll quite often see these guys whip out their phone and they'll start turning lights on and off and raising and lowering blinds, etc., and maybe playing some music, etc. Well, this is what we do, and this is what KNX does. It's a decentralized building control system whereupon we can remove all the clutter off your walls, get rid of the light switches, the room thermostats, etc., AC controls, and we replace it with one device. And from that one device in each room, you can control your lighting, your shading, your heating, etc. And then on top of that, we'll put in server-based devices which allow that control from your phone and or your iPad even, and then remote access as well, which is a biggie now. So you go on holiday, you can effectively put the house to sleep, and then day before you're on your way back, middle of the winter after your skiing trip, you can say, I need to warm the house up. So out comes the phone again, then we raise the temperature and make the place nice and cozy for when you get home.
It's very nice. I've come across this on some of my adventures. Really cool to be able to switch the kettle on your way home.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the housing industry as it is in the UK is continually developing, and our requirements from our properties are developing as well. And we've all got to think about our carbon footprints, etc. And that's a big part of why we put the systems in. It's all about intelligent use of the building. If you think of a conventional wiring installation in regard to heating, for instance, you'd have that one rotary thermostat on a wall in your hallway downstairs or wherever it might be. Well, that's addressing the whole house. We tend to look at it from the point of view, well, let's have a thermostat in every room, because if I'm not using a room, why do I want to waste money and energy heating that room? And that allows us to just only use or get the better function out of the rooms which are being predominantly used in the property. And in that way, it gives us cost savings as well.
Yes. So I'm assuming then would you be able to automate certain rooms to be going on and off at different times of the day?
Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of timed functions. We use sensors on the exterior of the building to influence this type of thing as well. So you can have instances where you have an at-home button by the front door, for instance. So you make entry into the property, hit the home button, it will light a pathway out into the house, so say down the hallway into the kitchen, etc. And at the same time, may raise the heating set points, the target set points, and say your lounge, your master bedroom, hallway, the rooms which you're going to be using when you're at home, whilst the remainder of the property stays at a lower level, as it were, just maintaining that heat, but not wasting that energy.
Super. Okay, cool. So anything else you can add to that, sort of like cost savings to be expected if someone had to go down this route?
Yeah. I mean, in your smaller properties, it's more about convenience than anything, to get the best out of the system. Certainly, if you start looking at commercial premises, there's big cost savings that can be had. If you set the system up intelligently, so you make sure that lights aren't being left on when the room's not in use, for instance. Somebody opens a window when the heating's on, well, that again can stop the supply of energy into that room. The other thing with this as well is the smart stuff that we can put on top of it. So the building control side of stuff is our sort of bread and butter work, if you like. But when it becomes really interesting is when we start dealing with the audio-visual side of things. So your multi-room audio, media rooms, that type of stuff. That's what we call the bells and whistles, the things which actually enhance the property and the fun stuff to play with.
Nice. Yeah, so nothing quite like coming home and switching on the rugby and
exactly.
Sound.
Yeah, absolutely. A nice media room setup's a lot of fun because, again, you can have that one button press, be it on a remote or a wall plate, where you say, right, watch a movie, dim down the lights, you can draw the curtains automatically, set that heat into a comfortable temperature, and on comes the television, or be it a projector with a screen perhaps, selects the source and feet up and watch a nice movie.
Yeah, and with the way that I suppose Alexa and Google and Siri and all of these things integrate in, obviously, and you can just get them to get your systems up and going for you through those channels.
Voice control's becoming a big part of what we're doing now, especially in residential. And I think voice control is a really useful tool, especially if we start thinking about people with some kind of special needs, or somebody who might be handicapped or something. If they've got that ability to just issue a simple command, lights on, lights off, or whatever, open the blinds, switch on the television, etc. It really does go a long way to making somebody's use of their property so much more, what's the right phrase here? Usable, user-friendly for them. Yeah.
I think it's accessible.
And, accessible. There you go. That's the right word. Yeah.
Having triplets with cerebral palsy, it's a word that we banter around quite a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It really is a powerful tool to have on board, and for us to integrate that type of thing, it's becoming easier and easier. The manufacturers are really getting on top of it, and some really smart stuff we can do in those instances now.
Okay, so I guess that brings us to how. Before we get on to that, so I suppose we're all stuck in a little bit of a strange year, as it would be.
Yeah.
How are you guys dealing with the current climate? Are you still be able to get out and help people? Are you working remotely to start and then just installing on site? So how are you dealing with working in the current climate that we're in?
Well, it has been challenging, to say the least. The first lockdown did stop us in our tracks for a few weeks, because a lot of what we do need to visit the client's property if it's installation work at the time. But, again, we do actually do a lot of remote work. I've been working with a client in Northern Ireland this morning. He's got a guy on site, hands-on, and I've been on the other end of the laptop helping them program that installation. So there's ways around everything all the time. Obviously, if we're going to site to a client's house, we've PPE, face masks, where required, etc. Maintain that social distancing. But yeah, at the moment, I'd like to say it's still business as usual, or as usual as it can be in the climate, you know.
Absolutely. Okay. I guess the important bit for you is, how do people get hold of you? The easiest, I suppose, methods for them to get hold of your company or you, whatever the case may be.
Well, we're in the process of developing a new website at the moment, because we're trying to focus much more on local work. Up until sort of February time this year, a lot of our focus was national and overseas. So we're trying to focus more on that local marketplace, hence the redevelopment of the website. But there's an inquiries box there. We've also got a Facebook page, which is KNX Integration UK, I think it is. Good old mobile phone and email. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So maybe once we're done, just pop the contact details or best method into the comment section, then people can find it nice and easy.
Yep.
And that'll be pretty cool. All right, cool. Anything else you want to add to that?
Well, I suppose the only thing I would add to it is we don't just do all the smart stuff. We do still actually undertake standard electrical work as well. So, you know, EICRs, as you well know, Rob, are a big thing at the moment. So we can come in and inspect your electrical installation and look at any rectification of any remedials that pop up as a result of that. You know, new builds, fuse boards, whatever it might be, we do all that type of work as well.
Super. Okay. So once again, we come to my favorite part of the show, the fun facts about KNX and Tim Robbins.
Well, yeah, fun fact, I share my name with a very wealthy film actor, and I certainly don't see any of that money. God, put me on the spot here, Rob. I once had lunch with Brian Johnson, the lead singer of AC/DC.
Nice.
And the problem was, I didn't realise it was him. He was sat on the table next to me. Didn't realise who he was until he walked out of the restaurant.
Oh, great. I want someone like this.
Yeah.
Cool.
Other than that, still enjoy my rugby. As you well know, play for Bournemouth, manager of the Fours down there, the Mighty Lions. Yeah, that's about it, really.
Okay, I think, well, yeah, then I suppose we've had a good little session, good discussion. Yeah, if anyone wants to get hold of Tim to inquire about his services, his details will be in the comment section below. Other than that, I think it's call it a day there, and we'll catch up with all of you next time.
Brilliant.
Cheers, everyone.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.